Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another Skaven army update. This month was the month that it all went wrong. August 2023. Ultimately, it was the end of the Middlehammer Tale, for me at least. A few guys managed the full 6 months, and I'll show you some of their work and what they achieved later in the video. I just did 3 months and 1 week before giving up, although I did paint more in those 3 months than I'd ever painted in a similar time before, so it wasn't all negative. So it was definitely worth it, the challenge that is, and the level of painting from the other members really pushed me to up my game, giving me some minis that I'm genuinely proud of now. And I'll give you a quick rundown of that final week of painting before it all went wrong and I gave up for the winter, as it were, hibernated, which will bring us back up to date. Day 1 was the usual submissions day, sending in my photo of the models that I was going to paint for the month ahead, and this particular month it was going to be 20 Plague Monks, including the musician, standard bearer and a Plague Priest. So Lord Skrolk, he also made the cut, so he went to the photo as well that I submitted, and he was going to receive a bit of paint hopefully during this month as well. So deciding on a main colour scheme for the unit was getting trickier because I've used up all my favourite colours now on the other units, so I'm just left with the stuff that I wouldn't say I'm not keen on, but don't like it as much as the colours I've already used. So because I've used all those nice colours up, eventually I was left with Plague Bearer Flesh, a suitably disgusting, horrible colour for the Plague Monks, and Gut Ripper Flesh for Lord Skrolk. Days 2 and 3 were spent working on my test piece, which yielded 1 completed Plague Monk. Days 4, 5 and 6 produced another 2 Plague Monks, and at this point I was feeling quite good about the month ahead and the rate at which I was painting. Days 7, 8 and 9 gave me another 2 completed Plague Monks, so it made my total of 5 models now. Day 10, and this was my last day of painting in 2023, and I have no solid reason why I decided to stop painting at this point completely. I did become a lot busier with work, and it was the end of summer, so I was busy with the allotment, and of course the kids were off school for the holidays, so perhaps a bit more time spent with them. And I could have done at least some painting in the evenings, I'm sure, if I had wanted to, but for whatever reason I didn't want to, so that was me done for the winter and hibernating. As it wasn't a planned break, as it were, then I was left with a few half-finished models just sat on my desk gathering dust for months on end. My paint water was just left to dry into a horrible murky brown mess in the bottom of the cup. The desk was like a zombie apocalypse scene. It was like spiders' webs starting to form in places. But I did enjoy keeping up with other people's work during that time. I still kept up with the Middlehammer challenge, checking in, most days to see what people were doing. And it was great seeing some amazing armies being produced by the other guys. Christmas came and went, and so did my busy period with work. And then January saw the launch of theoldworld, which really got me interested again. So I decided I would continue painting my Skaven army on a month-by-month basis until it was complete. So from February, which is when I decided to start my painting again, after dusting everything off on the desk, which was honestly hours and hours of work, and the main reason why I didn't get back to it sooner, I decided probably beginning of January I was going to start painting, but it took me until 1st of February to actually get painting. So yeah, the thought of dusting off all those hundreds of paint pots and the models, and it was putting me off a little bit, but motivation levels were high because of the Old World release, and I cracked on with it during the rest of January, and yeah, by the 1st of February I was ready to go. So I'd sorted everything out, and the next hurdle was the colours, because it had been so long I'd forgotten what recipes I was using for these half-painted models I got on my desk, which was the Plague Monks. And usually I'd write down a recipe at the end of a project or the end of a unit, so that if I add to the unit later, then I know what I'm doing. But as this wasn't a planned break, I'd not written anything down at all, and I'd got no idea what I'd used other than my memory, which is poor. So I thought the best way to get back into it was by painting just a clam rat on his own, nice and simple, bit of motivation for me. And that did work. Yeah, it was great. It helped me remember my colour schemes and choices that I'd made previously, and then eventually that triggered me to finish off the 5 Plague Monks that were actually half finished, and started back in August. So I completed those by the 15th of February. So 3 more days passed by, and by the 18th of February I'd got another 5 Plague Monks done. 20th of February and 5 more Plague Monks done, for a total of 20 now, which was pretty good going, I thought, and I'd be happy if I carried on that rate again. So now I'd done the unit of 20 that I'd submitted for the challenge, and I really should be painting Skrulk now, but I just wasn't feeling confident enough yet about painting a character. You know, I'd not long been getting back into the swing of painting. I'd done the unit, but I feel like he was still a way off. So I painted a few more monks, even though they weren't in my original pledge, just to build confidence up a little bit more. So there we have it. Another month for painting the Skaven complete, even if there was a 6-month break in between starting and finishing the unit. But the army was looking pretty good at this point as a whole, so I think I've probably painted about maybe 2,000 points altogether so far. So plenty more still to do, keep me busy. And yeah, so tune in for the next one and I'll keep you updated. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. See you later.